Good afternoon and welcome to ZTN News Blitz, our top stories. Victoria Falls's coronavirus, a false alarm allayed. Errant Zimbabwe fuel dealers risk losing licenses. South Africa's confirmed coronavirus cases rise to 116. And in sports, Sudanese football giants target Zimbabwean striker. Epidemiology and Disease Control Deputy Director in the Ministry of Health and Child Care says Zimbabwe has withdrawn its coronavirus rapid response team from the Victoria Falls after establishing that the town northwest of the country was not under any imminent threat of the deadly virus. A team had been dispatched to the resort town to track individuals who had contact with a British tourist who reported to have tested positive for coronavirus a few days after leaving Zimbabwe. It has since emerged that the tourist did not test positive for the virus. Epidemiology and Disease Control Deputy Director in the Ministry, Dr. Isaac Piri, said the tourist had only gone into self-isolation after her friend, an Australian national she had contact with, tested positive. The Australian national had never been to Zimbabwe.
The tourist that came to Victoria Falls was never tested positive at all. But a friend of this person that she get in touch with, who is an Australian, is the one that was positive. But when the information was relayed to the hotel, it seems as if the person that stayed at their hotel was the one that was positive.
Still, with the virus, there is so much that can be conveyed in a handshake or a hug. Across cultures, such age-old gestures signal friendship or affection. Handshakes are a staple for business meetings, but this etiquette is under siege in the age of coronavirus. Health experts are discouraging people from physical contact to curb the virus, and handshakes, kisses, hugs and any other form of physical contact have been discouraged until the virus recedes. Now, how do I greet my neighbor without actually greeting them? Well, science regards human beings as the most adaptive species. A new wave of greeting has gripped the world, from virtual handshakes, elbow bumps, flying kisses, foot bump and hip bumps. People can still greet each other without fearing the spread of the virus. Petroleum companies in Zimbabwe fueling shortages risk losing their licenses. Zimbabwe has been grappling with fuel shortages for the past 2 years, and authorities suspect the players in the industry are diverting the product onto the black market. Energy and Power Development Minister Fortune Chassis said government is restructuring the fuel industry to plug leakages as well as weed out unscrupulous dealers. He, however, acknowledged that foreign currency shortages have played their part in the country's fuel supply situation.
Carrying out a study. Government has asked ZERA to carry out a study to see what has been happening with each license. And so a license that is dormant, that is not doing anything, or that is being donated to somebody else is not operating in accordance with our expectations. And so want to streamline the industry so that there is clarity as to who can procure and for who, what are they doing. And information exchange is going to be key.
South Africa now has 116 confirmed cases of coronavirus. Health Minister Zweli Mkhize says there has been an increase of 31 new cases from Tuesday night's announcement of 85. He added that today there was a further increase of 6 local transmission cases. The minister said as part of tracking and tracing, South Africa had gathered background information on how these patients were infected and will publicize that. Now, taking a look at the sport, Sudanese giants Al Hilal have inquired about the availability of FC Platinum striker, that's Stanley Ngala. Ngala was one of the FC Platinum star players in the CAF Champions League. If the player makes a move to Sudan, he will join Edward Sadomba as the other Zimbabwean to have played in the Sudanese league. The United States Tennis Association has not ruled out the possibility of switching the US Open to a later date. The French Open was moved back to September, and the US Tennis Association is not currently implementing any changes to its schedule, which was due to begin on August the 31st. That's all we had on ZTN News Blitz. Join us again at 4 p.m. For more news, visit our website ztn.co.zw and our other social media platforms. Thank you for watching.